Okay, so not a song, but I figured I would introduce myself as to who I am and what I do, and a lot of the other things that make me a rather interesting person. A little odd. Kids would say so. They think I should be a comedian. I think I'm just fine the way I am. I'm involved with my community theaters in surrounding areas. So there's like 3 different theaters that are nearby to me. More if I go out a little bit farther, but most of them I try to stay fairly local. I like to do a lot of acting, but I've had a lot of practice over the years, mostly with character readings for my kids when I read them stories at night. I love to sing. I've been singing ever since I was pretty much since I was in middle school. My inspiration came from Phantom of the Opera, and since I really didn't have a vocal coach, I used that as my model. A lot of people are like, they surprised when they hear what I sound like. Part of that is because I have not had any formal training. I have a very good range. Some people like it, some people don't. I'm not for everybody. I just enjoy what I do. I was told from a very young age that I would never be able to sing. My biggest goal when I was told that, probably because of my oppositional defiance, was I'm going to sing and I'm going to be good at it. So in middle school, I entered my first competitions for solo ensemble. I didn't think much of it, but when I went into into high school, I got more into it and started involving myself in theater. Most of the stuff I did was backstage. My parents really couldn't manage to get me to and from practices, so I did a lot of things backstage. I did a lot of costuming, and now with community theater, I still do a lot of costuming, become an expert on looking things up and letting people know what they can do and how they can change things and make things better. I have moved, though, from doing more backstage to actually being on stage, doing a lot more. I've maintained picking up some leading roles in the ones that I've worked on. My first acting role was in Beauty and the Beast. It was the bookseller. It was fun. I had come late. I didn't even realize that there were practices, and my daughter was dating somebody that was attending the performance or practices of it. And they said they needed somebody. So I went in and I said, oh, okay, and I can do all these different things. And they're like, oh, yeah, sure. And it was a lot of fun. So I ended up making a lot of costumes, and I actually got a role because one of the other ladies who had originally had a role couldn't be there. So then I ended up taking her role. So I was the bookseller. Not a bad role, kind of cute. Made a lot of costumes, a lot of special costumes. The wardrobe, Chip's little cart and Chip hat. Mrs. Potts' costume, my costume, several other things that kind of helped out too. Did a lot of the stage paintings. And then from there, I went into the next show I was in was the Beverly Hillbillies. And there I played Mrs. Pennyweather of the Pennyweather Academy. Seems like I can get cast as those type of attitudes. Kind of funny that way. Anyway, she was fun to play. I did all the set painting on that one and did costume making again. Kind of like my mainstays of working on costumes and scenery, because I've been doing art since I was in the 3rd grade. That was actually when I sold my first art piece. I've done less art lately, but I still do it. More stage work, though, than anything else. Then my next role was in The Giver. I played the chief elder. I was conductor of ceremonies, kind of the bad guy again. Kind of see a trend going here, because now I'm in Mary Poppins, and guess what? I'm Miss Andrews, the bad nanny. And you can see my little skit that I did. I've posted that on YouTube too, so you can see me doing a brimstone and treacle. Kind of fun. Like I said, I like doing a lot of different types of voices. different accents. It's been a lot of fun that way. Again, with The Giver, I did all the costumes. Did all the costumes for The Giver. Yeah, sometimes it gets to be a little bit too much of an expense, and my husband kind of put the kibosh on it this time, that I'm not allowed to do that with the next one. Well, I know I'll still be doing a lot of costumes, and I informed them ahead of time. I said, if you want me to make your costume, you gotta foot the bill for the material. Time is mine. I like doing it. It's something I enjoy doing, so I'm not charging them for my time. Just the material. Because materials can get spendy, and I want to try and keep costs down for everybody. And now, I thought it'd be fun to be able to post things to YouTube so people can see and find out who I am. I'm kind of an interesting person. I started doing Smule about a year ago, Sing. Got the app just before my birthday, and so then I started to sing. I had never actually ever heard myself sing. I'd been given a lot of opportunities in a lot of choirs, did a cappellas, did church choirs, often got leading positions in both of those, and never really understood why, not until I actually heard myself, which is good. It's been fun. I wasn't allowed to do public performances with the one church I was in, but that was fine because we did a lot of performances. I was part of their bell choir and everything. It was just an agreement that we had that if I wanted to be part of their choir, that's what I had to do. Not selfish. It's very honest. Used to be that was the only music I would sing. Now I kind of expanded and I do a lot of different things. Because I know not everybody likes church music. I love church music. It's my favorite. I love doing classic hymns. And maybe you'll find some of those on here eventually too. And I'm trying to stick with some things that more people want to listen to, but I'll have hymns on here too. I have 6 kids. I have 2 angels. One of the reasons why I got into doing Sing was because I had miscarried a little girl, and this March she would have been 2. I needed something to bring me back out of my shell. When you lose a child, you never completely recover from that. She had a name. Her name was Jubilee Pinkle. Middle name is actually Polish, means beautiful. So if everybody is welcome to subscribe, like what I do, comment, whatever you'd like. And I'll touch base and tell you more about myself in future videos. Because on Smule, I can only do about a 7-minute video, so I'll be doing others, ones that kind of touch on some of the other things that I do. But thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. Like and subscribe. Thank you.